All right, hello everybody. Discussion number 11. Right, so I have a little study for you here that I'd like you to read. I have some results and then a couple of questions for you afterward. Everything here relating to chapter 12 on factorial designs. So in one of their studies, Strayer and his students tested whether people would get better at driving while talking on a cell phone if they practiced doing so. They had participants drive in a simulator while talking on a hands-free cell phone and while not talking on a phone. The same people participated over several days, so they had a chance to practice this multitasking. On the first day, they were considered to be the least experienced. On the last day, the most experienced. On the last day, they were tested in both a familiar and slightly different driving environment to see if the first days of practice would transfer to a new context. The researchers collected data on how many collisions or accidents the drivers got into in the simulator, and here are their data. So you can see the little chart here showing how many accidents or collisions they had day 1, day 4, in the different contexts, on the phone versus not on the phone. So after this, I'd like you to answer these 6 questions related to the study. 1, what kind of design is this? It's a what by what, right? So looking at chapter 12, what kind of design would you label this as? What are the independent variables and their levels? What is the dependent variable in the study and how are we measuring it? The fourth question, I'd like you to create a line graph depicting the results shown in the little table above. So you can do this by hand if you want to draw it on a piece of paper. You can do it on a computer, a piece of technology, and then either take a picture of it or upload the image into your discussion posting. I want you to try it and make a graph or a line graph of the results. And you'll be using that for number 5, kind of estimate and describe any main effects or interactions that you think are in this study. So you would need to use statistics to calculate any specific effects. So I just want you to estimate and describe what you think the data is showing. What do you think the results are of this? Are there any main or interaction effects based on the data and based on your line graph? And then what might you conclude from the results of this study? Does experience affect cell phone use while driving? So I look forward to seeing your line graphs. I look forward to the answers to your questions. Again, make sure you've read chapter 12 before you work on this. And yeah, I look forward to seeing what you come up with.